Each year, there are a lot of good indie games has been released. Some games get a lot of attention, and some games go unnoticed. So today, we are going to see 10 indie action games that are kinda underrated. I know not all games in this list are awesome games, and honestly, some of the games are a little bit mediocre, but they are still fun games. We start the list with StormEdge. It's an action roguelike game where players take on the role of a mage from the guild called StormEdge that tasked with stopping catastrophic elemental storms threatening the world. With 5 unique mages, the game encourages experimentation through diverse playstyles, supported by vibrant pixel art visuals and a dynamic soundtrack. StormEdge emphasizes strategic risk-taking, where chaining attacks, dodges, and powerful spells creates cinematic combat moments, drawing inspiration from titles like Wizard of Legend and Dead Cells. The game includes a fluid and satisfying dodge-based movement that allows players to float between kills, and blending twin-stick RPG elements with roguelite progression like Slay the Spire. Dust and Neon is a twin-stick roguelite shooter set in a post-apocalyptic Wild West where players take on the role of a reanimated gunslinger battling hordes of robotic enemies. The game blends fast-paced action with RPG progression and looter-shooter mechanics. Players must manually reload each bullet during combat, adding a layer of tension and strategy to firefights. The narrative centers around a cloned cowboy resurrected by a mad scientist to fight back against robot oppression. Missions range from sabotage and train heists to all-out shootouts, and boss fights punctuate the journey with intense challenges. Songbringer is a sci-fi action RPG with roguelite elements that draws heavy inspiration from the Legend of Zelda series, reimagined in a procedurally generated pixel art universe. The game features a non-linear open world and 9 dungeons per playthrough, generated from a 6-letter seed player's input. Combat blends real-time melee and ranged attacks with items like bombs and a boomerang-like top hat, while eating cacti grants psychedelic powers to reveal hidden treasures. With local co-op, no XP system, and progress tied to defeating enemies and crafting artifacts, Songbringer offers replayability through its procedural design and permadeath mode. Deathbound is a Souls-like game, but with party-based action RPG twist. The game set in the unforgiving world of Zeminal, where faith and science clash. Players explore the crumbling city of Akratya, a brutalist landscape blending medieval and technological elements, heavily inspired by Brazilian culture, including Brazilian martial art capoeira. The game's defining feature is its unique 4-hero system, where players absorb the essences of fallen warriors, each with distinct skill trees, combat styles, and faction affiliations. This allows seamless switching between up to 4 characters within a single body, even in mid-combat, to chain abilities and unleash devastating attack called Morph Strikes. Hunt the Night is a pixel action-adventure RPG with Souls-like and roguelite elements. Set in the Gothic Lovecraftian-inspired world of Medrum, players control Vesper, a member of the Stalkers, a group that harnesses dark powers to combat monstrous creatures that dominate the night. The game features fast-paced skill-based combat blending melee, like swords and daggers, and ranged attacks from pistol, crossbow, and shotgun, with a unique mechanic where ammo is replenished through melee hits. Its retro pixel art style, haunting atmosphere, and challenging boss fights draw comparisons to Bloodborne, Hyper Light Drifter, and classic Zelda games. #Blood is a zany animated dungeon crawler game. It stars Becky Brewster, a freshman field hockey player and the latest in a long line of vampire hunters, who must save her town from a vampire apocalypse while surviving the chaos of high school life. The game blends action RPG mechanics with the hyperkinetic energy of 90s cartoons, offering fast-paced combat, quirky humor, and a vibrant hand-drawn art style. The game features mutated animals, possessed townsfolk, and epic boss battles across familiar small-town locations like shopping malls and convenience stores. Players wield a customizable field hockey stick, upgrade magical abilities, and use social media to track missions and analyze monster weaknesses. Knight vs. Giant: The Broken Excalibur is a roguelite action RPG that put you into the armored boots of King Arthur. You resurrected by Merlin after the Knights of the Round Table fail to retrieve the Holy Grail and accidentally unleash the Void Giant. With Camelot dragged into the astral dimension and Excalibur shattered, Arthur must wield the broken blade and channel the powers of fallen knights to defeat monstrous foes and rescue scattered citizens. The game features procedurally generated dungeons, over 100 active and passive skills, and a dynamic combat system that blends hack-and-slash action with strategic upgrades. Each run offers new challenges and skill combinations, echoing the replayability of titles like Hades. Death of a Wish is a surreal action RPG where you follow Christian, a tormented protagonist seeking revenge against the corrupt theocratic cult that raised him. The game features fast-paced hack-and-slash combat with a unique corruption meter that rises with damage taken or deaths, but decreases with stylish combos and high combat ranks. Players wield customizable magical combos called Arias, enhanced by virtues and prayer cards, alongside a hovering familiar for ranged attacks. The gameplay emphasizes relentless aggression, forgoing stamina limits for fluid light and heavy attacks, dodges, parries, and teleports, with parrying tied to dodging into enemy strikes to break their guard. Unsouled is a 2D action RPG where players control the Fallen Prince, a soul-absorbing warrior traversing a haunting, undead-filled world. The game emphasizes precision-based fast-paced combat inspired by Devil May Cry and Dark Souls, featuring intricate chain combos, counterattacks, and the unique Abyss system for enhanced mechanics. Its retro pixel art visuals, vibrant lighting, and atmospheric soundtrack create a striking aesthetic, while interactive environments, like slamming enemies into walls or cutting trees to create obstacles, add tactical depth. With 60 passive and 16 active skills, plus 7 unique boss abilities, players can customize their playstyle across 5 distinct regions. Coridden is a co-op action RPG where you take on the role of one of 4 siblings who gain the ability to transform into powerful beasts by absorbing their DNA. The game emphasizes dynamic hack-and-slash combat, where players switch seamlessly between human and beast forms, each with unique skill trees and abilities to battle beasts, bandits, and machines. With 4 human classes, Guardian, Hunter, Hellion, and Surge, and 7 beast masteries, players can customize builds through gear, DNA strands, and elemental attacks. The game supports solo play or up to 4-player co-op with local and online, featuring a unique mechanic where players can ride each other's beast forms as a cavalry unit. So that is the list. Which game that catches your eye? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.